Okay, love, one of my favorite topics.
Yeah.
Love, our favorite topic.
I love love. Like, it's such a fun topic.
And I just felt like love. Love, our favorite topic. We always talk about love on the show. I'm such a hopeless romantic. I think it's why I've been engaged so many times. I just like chase after the thrill of love. I love it so much. What's your love language?
My love language is, I'm definitely acts of kindness, random acts of kindness. Somebody that helps me get things done.
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Me too.
Yes, acts of service.
Oh, so cool.
But also, I don't know the terminology of it because I can't remember the love languages right now. But just the affectionate, the holding hands, the you look beautiful, all of those kind of
the
things.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know the book better than me.
I love it.
I took the test. That was as far as I went.
Love it. No, it's very accurate, and I am like that in my business relationships as well. It's not just love.
Yeah.
If someone who works for me, I'm just gonna adore them because they're constantly doing things for me. It's my love language. I always say to people, it's like a love affair because I just adore people who help me and enable me to go and do my career in the way I need to.
Exactly.
To go to the place I need to. If I'm faffing around with things that aren't worthy of my time, I'm not in my area of genius, right? It's like in order for you to show up and be this top host, and now you're on GMA, Good Morning America, for all our English viewers. Now you're doing that. It's like in order for you to show up, you have to have people around you, even friendships that are exactly ticking the boxes and making you feel your best.
Yeah.
In order for you to show up.
Cheerleaders. You in life, you have your cheerleaders. My mom is my biggest cheerleader.
Oh, really?
My partner is my biggest cheerleader as well. And so you have people that genuinely want to see your well-being, your well wishes. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you happy. I'm the happiest when I'm working and I'm out and I'm doing television and entertainment. That's the happiest you're going to see me. So when I have people in my corner that support that and don't get in the way of that, because relationships can get in the way of your career and whatever it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
Those are the people you kind of stick with.
Yeah, for sure. Have you got your homies from like the whole time?
I do. Actually, I'm really bad at making new friends. I'm just like Lil Wayne's song, No New Friends. Oh, yeah. Or was it Chris Brown? One of them.
Friends.
Yeah, No New Friends.
One of them.
So
Drake?
Maybe it was Drake.
Who was it?
Look,
I don't know who it was.
Please forget. We can edit this part out. But yeah, No New Friends. And Terrence is such a great mingler. I am the worst mingler in the world. I just get really quiet.
You are like
so weird.
You have no idea.
It's
you
so
have
weird.
No idea.
I don't know. It's like social anxiety and just
so many
really
people do.
Awkward.
Do you know most my friends? I say friends versus clients because really, like, it's just the same thing. Because I'm there for them. My friends who I like guide and coach. Every single one of them, and they're all in the limelight, have social anxiety.
Yeah.
So the first thing we do is we do this like breakthrough exercise, which I swear by. It has transformed how I am in relationships, how I am publicly, socially, and it's all based around releasing the fear that's creating the social anxiety and where it comes from. So it's funny because I keep meeting more and more people in the limelight who, I mean, you're on camera, so you'd have no idea.
It's different when you know what you're supposed to do on camera, and in a room you know what the goal is.
Yeah.
But then when the worst thing you could ever do to me, probably to bring my anxiety level to an ultimate high, is invite me to an event and say I don't have a +1, and I'm gonna be like,
oh my God.
Right. I'm like instantly going to fret and be like, who do I know that's going to, and it's not that I want to know who's going, but then I want to know if there's anybody maybe that I know that's going.
That's actually
it's the
odd, like
weirdest thing in
not
the
being
world.
allowed to have like a plus one
Yeah,
with
there's
you.
plenty of things that
Yeah, but I know what you mean, like on fashion week. Yeah.
anything and anything. You probably would see me start sweating.
Oh
And I
God.
probably won't go
No,
because of it. But it could be an amazing opportunity or amazing
Yeah.
thing to do or trip or anything. And I'll be like, nah, if I can't go with somebody to make me comfortable, I'm not gonna go.
I know what you mean. It's nice having like your person with you. I feel like Perry is one of my people who I just like feel really comfortable around. I have people around me who I just feel that you're a wing person.
Yes, you're a wingman.
And then you can like giggle together and just like be, I know.
Then you can let loose and then start to mingle and get to know other people.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so is there, with the law of attraction, you said you read a lot of books.
Yes.
Which are your favorite of the books that you've dived into? The one bite that you said, the 365?
Yes, Joyce Myers. Joyce Myers has a devotional for women, and it's literally a scripture a day.
Beautiful. We'll put a tag to it below to the books that she mentions, guys, because I think it's a really lovely way.
Yeah, I give it to a lot of my girlfriends as Christmas presents, or give it to people that I know that are really going through something.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody can get a book and they'll be like, I don't got time to read this. But then when I give them that book, I'm like, you only have to read 1 page a day. And it's not even a whole page. It's like a small little snippet, and it's a scripture. Just read that.
Yeah.
Start there. Of course, secrets and the law of attraction have always been my favorite.
She's my mentor, Rhonda Byrne, literally, and she came on the show. She doesn't ever do podcasts. It was, awesome. For me, that was a lifelong dream because I was 15 when I first read the book. And I just thought, my God, I have to have her share with the world. Like, this is going to be life-changing.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but that was what, it's funny, isn't it? The people who we have these, like, I want to have this person teach those around me. That's what I love to do, is create this space for people to share their gifts, like your gifts, you know what I mean? Okay, love, one of my favorite topics. Yeah. You love love?
I think, who doesn't, right?
Yes, it's so interesting that what's love to you?
Love, I think, it's a good question. I mean, it's a feeling that is unique to us humans, right? That only we can do, that can be of anything. It can be of like, I love baseball and sports and things like that. Obviously, we all associate it with people, but it can be habits. It can be, a multitude of things that we really enjoy and look forward to and go out of our ways to seek out.
Interesting. Have you ever been in love?
Of course.
Are you easy to fall in love?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm easy to fall in love. I think, it takes a lot to, like, I think I put up a lot of walls, especially from where I have to do those things. So I think it takes a while,
Interesting. So I'm the polar opposite. I fall in love in like a heartbeat. I got married after 3 months, babe. That was the second one.
True. It's great. And it's worked out though.
I'm fine with it. I'm really like that. I'm super fucking impulsive. And I just believe that love is, if you're just ready for it and you open your arms to it, the right person will come in. Now, I'm not saying boundaries are not good. I wish I probably set a few more because I don't know if I marry this cat again. But it's more, he's saying in the background.
Yeah, I know, we're laughing, we're smiling at himself.
Oh my God, no, he's wonderful. But the point is, we basically have a choice. Love is a choice. And it's scary because when you fall in love, you're going to get hurt potentially.
Oh, yeah.
And relationships are not easy. You're going to have moments where it's really hard. Yeah. And so we put our heart on the line. And for people who are like control freaks, and I'm a bit of a control freak, and like super strong in what we do and successful, you don't always want to put your heart on the line, but like, it's hard for me because I love love.
Tough. It's tough, right? Like, and that's the mysteries of life, right? Like, no matter where you are, the level of success, the amount of money that you have, like, these are the challenges that every human being faces. And what I've learned too, just like interesting, taking another step. When I started like growing up like in Minnesota, right? Like I think the fanciest car I ever saw was like a C-Class Mercedes. And I was like blown away by that, right? Like, it never moved to LA, like saw Lamborghinis, like what is going on? But, never thought I would be, know, and let alone be interacting and working with like billionaires, right? Like that just seemed beyond my comprehension. Then as I did and was fortunate over my career to hang and be in those circles and now know a lot of them, right? And like sitting at dinner, I remember I was sitting in the Hamptons, billionaire family's house, having dinner, talking about their problems and stuff. I was like, wait, they have the exact same problems everybody else does. And even the issues, and even like in money, the issues are there, just the zeros at the end change, right? So the same issue. Somebody might be arguing over $20. They might be arguing over 200 million, right? So like, but it's the same thing. Like they could have lost it, bad investment, good thing, done those things. But they're still facing the same things, dealing with issues in family, talking about love, talking about all these different things. And I realized like, wow, we really all like, no matter the class is the same. It's just what you're dealing with. Well, it's the same problem. It's just the amount of zeros changes.
I totally agree. Like you think with more money, less problems. No, it's the opposite. Actually, I think in so
you're in the same
ways.
case, the same way you manage your money, right? Like if you're very risky with not having much money, you're going to be the same way with the same amount of money. You're just getting higher returns, but higher risks. And the same when you start making it. It's the same as if you were making middle class from that. It's just you're managing it the same way. It's just different zeros at the end, which was always fascinating to me. I was like, wow, we're really all the same, right? And sorry, not to get too philosophical, but Steve Jobs, one of my favorite quote is, he's like, once you realize that everything around us, like look at the computers, look at all these AI tools and stuff, was created by a human no different than you, that bleeds just like you, that really opens your mind up. And I think there's a lot of kids, and that's one thing that I'm so passionate about empowering another generation, is that they don't believe that they can do it. They think that like, oh, I'm from the Midwest, I'm not able to do this. And dude, if I can do it, like living the Hollywood dream as a kid, just a kid from Minnesota, like not being the smartest, not being the most successful, not being the best really in any of those things, just working hard. I'm like, anybody else can do it. But I think a lot of people don't realize like all these things are truly obtainable. And that's one thing that I really try to emphasize and tell and share with people, right?
I love that. That's really beautiful.
I have one backpack. I'm like fucking disgusting, like just sweating, greasy, just like horrible. I weighed like 85 pounds. Like it was so fucking gnarly. And I saw G, and there was just like this like instant energy and like chemistry where I was like, oh my God. And then with it, we spent about 10 days there. Mm-hmm. And over those 10 days, I spent every second with you. And I just was like, holy shit, the way that you make me feel, the way that you like make other people feel, the way that you look at the world and like interpret things, I was like, this is what I've been missing. It was like the secret sauce that just takes something from being bland and bullshit to just like being like, whoa, this is the best thing that I've ever eaten. Like, I swear to God. And it was Gigi that seriously, like, not to say that in that instant I like got off of everything that I was on. It was a journey and a process, but I fell in love with her instantly, and it was her showing me a new way to like see the world and perceive it and understand like being who you are and being authentic and like true to yourself. And like she just opened up this whole other like part of me that I had been like missing for so long. And she like helped me get off of drugs. Like I'm like happy and proud to say that it's been like at least 5.5 years since I've like smoked a hard pill or done anything like that. Like
that's amazing.
Yeah, none of that.
That's amazing. And this is your answer.
Yeah, none of that.
Babe, that's beautiful. So you were just like, no.
And she was just like the catalyst for change, because I think that when G met me, like she definitely saw that I was like struggling, but I don't think she knew like the severity of how much I was like in pain and like struggling internally. So like we instantly just bonded, connected. Like I fell in love with her like immediately. Came back to LA, hung out more and more, but then she would see like certain behaviors in me, like I can smell that you just like lit up a bunch of tinfoil in my bathroom, and I'm like really pissed off about it. Mm-hmm. Or like, hey, you just drank a fifth of vodka and it's like 11:30 in the morning. What the fuck are you doing? Oh my God. Like you're about to get behind like the wheel of a car. Like, are you a lunatic? Like what's going on? And it just came down to a moment of like, you gotta pick, because like I don't like the way that you live your life and the way that you treat me. Like you're not being Nats when you're this fucked up. And I made a decision, and it was because she was like, pick, you can keep doing this and die.
This is so similar with my own. Remember I was telling you earlier my own story with my husband. I literally told him like it wasn't, he didn't have the addiction. Bear in mind I was the one that had the addiction. So it was more like, when you like deflect your own pain onto somebody. That's
what's it called? Project.
Yeah. So I was projecting what I've been through, telling him to stop. So I get that. So what happened then?
It wasn't an ultimatum necessarily, but let me first say, so I never really was like around addiction at all. Like it doesn't run in my family. Nobody around me really like had, I mean, people party, of course. And I moved to LA, like everyone here is like on drugs and crazy.
But but casually, like it's like at the club, like once in a while, like for me it was like a morning, noon, night.
Yeah, I had never really seen it like that, so I didn't judge it right away.
Yeah.
But like I had a connection with Nats right away. I think that I gravitate towards authenticity, and I think that that's something that people they dull in themselves when they're gravitating towards someone. They're like, well, that's not a good look. This won't further me. Da da da. They don't listen to like the animalistic instinct within them. Like this person is fire. I love it.
Yes.
You know,
I totally agree. Like when we meet somebody, this could be friends or relationships.
Yes.
You fucking know.
Yes.
You like the way we just like today, like we'd never met, but yet it was like the way you open your door and you're like, like I just knew. I was like, yeah, I get that. I can see that. Like it, it made sense, right? And like you can tell when someone is your person, and you can tell authenticity, and that's what you two have, which is you're a power couple. In today's world, you are. Aren't you like known as the #1 transgender power couple?
If you
like,
say so. If you just wake up every day and you're just like, I am unapologetically myself. I'm doing what I want, or I'm striving to do what I want, because I feel like we are just like forever growers. Like we're never really done evolving, or our journey is never like complete.
Yeah.
So I feel like the sooner you start listening to that, like what do I really want to do? Who do I really want to be? And I think that everybody really knows deep down.
Yes.
But it's also so nice, like having like YouTube and having people online, like being really vocal. Because when I started my YouTube channel, I did not know anybody else that was transgender.
So you've pioneered the way for others to be heard, loved, and seen.
It was a definite journey for me. Wow. But like now you go online, there's hundreds, if not thousands of like coming out as transgender videos. Like you see, like even my documentary, you see the whole thing.
Wow.
So that's another beautiful thing. It could, something you could see online will just like spark you and be like, oh my God, that's me. That's my aha moment.
I love that. Yeah. Okay, and you? What like things like, when it hits you and you feel like there's people trying to bring you down, there's, they're trying to hold you back, or there's, or maybe your inner critic. Maybe it's your own imposter syndrome, right? Which we all deal with.
For real. I think I had like a severe imposter syndrome, and also just like the people that I was around from literally boarding school up until we met and I kind of cleared my life out of a lot of people. There was like a decent, maybe like 6+ years where everyone around me, I was positive, were people that loved me, looked out for me, cared about me, like gave a shit about me, when in fact they loved the fact that I was down on myself, fucking on drugs. They loved keeping me docile because they were stealing from me, taking advantage of me, and just doing everything that they could to like make personal gains and like keep me like basically subdued. I met G, seriously the just biggest catalyst for change ever.
So love, basically.
Love and meeting
so
somebody
beautiful.
that knew exactly who the fuck they were, didn't care what anybody thought, no matter what anybody says.
I mean, not true. I totally am like so insecure
for this. Like,
I met her and I was like, oh my God, like these people fucking suck. Like they don't actually care about who I truly am. They're not helping me try to strive to be better or like become more authentic. Like they're keeping me in a like standstill position, whereas like I should be moving forward with every single second of my life. And so when we got together, it just kind of just unleashed this insane energy and power to just want to like spend each day figuring out like, yo, who am I today? Who am I going to be tomorrow?
Love that.
How can I be better? What do I want to accomplish? What do I want to do? And like that's how like I started like flourishing as an artist. That's how I like ended up launching my entire like fashion line. It went from,
which is fucking amazing. I just
strike oil, everyone.
Like
if you don't have any strike oil in your closet, you're missing out.
It went from just me like making like bullshit hats like online to a full. I have a studio now. I have people that like work with me. Like it just was like Gigi was the catalyst for change, and finding like a group of people that support you and love you and like want to see you succeed. Like people you surround yourself with, that is just the biggest game changer.
So this is what I used to manifest him. I got this box and I opened it, and every day I inhaled this scent of the tea, and it was so divine. And as I opened it, I just felt like love. I just imagined this person's arms wrapped around me. I felt like just in love, right? As I would sit with it. No, the mariage. And so I just felt like so loved up. And then eventually, every day, I would smell it and feel his arms. I felt the feeling of being married. I think that's the biggest trick, if I'm honest, is feeling like you are already in the relationship. So with scripting, what I teach is for you to write out exactly what you want in the future as though it's already happened. So you write it out. So you're like, I fell in love and this person walked into my life and they were so amazing and they cared for me and they earned loads of money and we earned money together, and be really specific on what you want and write it down and just get so clear on exactly what it is that you want. And I did that and I wrote it down, and I would inhale this smell of this tea every day alongside the scripting for love, which is so powerful. I do it for every area of my life. Manifested my dream crib. I manifested my dream husband. I've manifested so many things in my career using scripting. And I know when I don't use it. But the T for love is so important. I'm going to show you it.
So to all the guys out there,
this is the T box.
I was minding my own business. I was happily dating multiple women. I was single, ready to mingle, just got out of a relationship, not looking for anything serious. And when a special lady comes into your life, she made me nervous and she made me excited at the same time. And I remember asking my mom, what happens when a woman makes you nervous and excited at the same time? And my mom said, that's love, darling. So she made me very nervous. She's not the woman we all know today when I first met her. But at the same time, I was dating all these other women, but all I could think of over time was this one woman.
Because you were emotionally connected to me.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you're with other people, it's just, you don't really know the feeling until you go through it. But it's like, you can't, there's no point in dating other women. And sorry to be graphic, but like, even when you're having sex with another woman, you can't help but think about somebody else. You can't help but think about this one person. And so it starts to capture you and everything about you and your life. And then we started talking every single day. It was almost like an addiction to a person, which I was never used to. I love being independent. I don't rely on anybody. I don't need anyone in my life. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I'm self-made and self-generated, and I don't want to have to depend on people. But it's a vulnerable feeling when you connect with somebody and you have like a addiction to being with that person. And yeah, it just built one day at a time. And then I flew over to London to meet her for the first time. I'll never forget that she said, either this is going to be a glorified one night stand or we're going to get married and have kids together. That's really the only two options. There's no in between. So here we are.
It's so true. And that's it. But can I go back to the point where you were like dating other people? So I have zero tolerance for what they do. Like in the UK, where I was from, and am from, although I live in LA, it was very different. So you would like date one and then maybe date another, but you wouldn't really have sex with two people at once. Like that was almost unheard of. In America, it's normal to have like 4 or 5 dates at once. And
body count's big over here.
I don't want to generalize in America because this is my fucking place. But like maybe in LA and New York, I know for sure, and Miami, that is a thing. Like people date, right? Multiple people at once. And I just was so new to this. So Michael was from this side of the world and he was like dating all these people and having like mad wild nights with them every day. And I was like, yo, first of all, I was like, you need to quit drinking because I don't drink. So I was like, you need to like nip that in the bud. I've been clean off drugs for like 7 years. So I was like, this is so important in my life. And then, you know, I wanted to the odd glass of red wine, I think, is really no issue. So I don't count that as drinking. But like I had just decided I need someone who's in my same level, like wants to reverse their biological age, really wants to take their health seriously, because that's the most important thing to me is health.
Well, I look at the before and after. I look totally different. I mean,
you have brown hair, babe. I bleached your hair blonde.
I look totally different. I'm 25 pounds lighter, 6% body fat.
Wait, can we just
less? I look different.
So
what did
skin. I do for you? Like, be honest. What
yeah,
have
so
I
what,
done?
so what,
then I want to talk about this.
So this is what happens, guys. To all the single guys out there, I know what it's like, and it's really fun to date and to chase girls. But it's the biggest distraction. I'll never forget this chart where it was a circle with all these arrows pointing all these different directions. And then there's another circle with one long arrow saying, where is your energy located? And that's these guys, especially alpha males. It's just this ball of energy going every which direction, chasing energy, chasing women, flying around the world and doing your thing. And it feels like you're in the moment. You can hide around up behind an ego and be like, I'm a playboy. I'm this international man of mystery and all that. Like I said, it's fun, but it's distracted. And when you're in a relationship and you're married or you're in a committed relationship, what happens is you turn off that feeling of chasing and you start to chase other things. Because I don't have to go and chase tail every night and go clubbing and go drinking and go partying. None of that's there anymore.
Hashtag chase tail.
Hashtag chase tail.
What the fuck is that?
I'm at home. I'm a homebody. I haven't drank for 2.5 years. So now I'm like, what can I chase now? And in business comes in, where it's like, okay, I'm doing 6 figures a month. How do I do 7 figures a month? Okay, let's really study that, because that's a fine art. How do I go and find mentors to teach me? Money, success leaves clues. How do I go and find these guys who have done it, and they'll tell me how they're doing it, and they'll help teach me. Okay, how do I chase physique and health? Okay, so let's go find people out there who are reversing their biological age. Okay, so I'm 34 now. How do I get to 30? And then how do I get to 25 biologically? And how can I do that through all sorts of peptides and supplements and vitamins and exercising. And I have what I call a triple stack, where I'm doing electric muscle therapy. I'm doing treadmill. I'm doing tonal. And so I'm just working out every day and making money. And so you wonder why in Think and Grow Rich, they say men are in their prime in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, not because they've been around the block so many times. It's because they're in committed relationships in those years. And those are the times that they can put all their energy together, and they can really focus their energy, their sexual energy, which is Mother Nature's way of living on.
It's so true. When you harness your sexual energy, which is why, back to the point where you were dating all these girls, I was like, sweetie, I'm worth 1 million girls than just random little hoodlums that you're having sex with. You know, singletons leech onto other singletons because they need to have that fun and excitement. But I was a singleton who was not a singleton. I was like, if you want to be with me, you have to step the fuck up or sit the fuck down so the man behind you can come through. Love as well. You like.
Oh, are you kidding me? I am such a hopeless romantic. Like, yeah. I love love.
What's your dream date? What's that like? If I imagine my dream date, I'm actually like with the guy in the rain kissing, like something really crazy romantic.
Okay, no rain, because I am a black woman and that fro would come out. Nope. So we can't have moisture. There's no moisture in this date. To be honest, because I'm so busy and like, yes, glam is fun and nice to have handy when you go out and you are presentable, but it's kind of like at the end of the day, what do you take off first when you get home? Your bra. Like, you just want to rip your bra off. When I get home, I just want to rip off my eyelashes, wash my face, and just be cozy. There's nothing I love more than a comfy pair of pajamas.
We were just talking about this before I came in. I live in fluffies. You can see on the side, like all the like brown fluffies. I live in it, like at cozies and like cute, and just that's my dream.
So for me, a perfect date would literally, it could be raining outside. Yeah. We would be snuggled on the sofa. eating whatever the hell we wanted, watching like rom-coms and comedies and like movie binge watching movies.
My God.
Snuggled up. Like I want to be like, I'm like a tree, like a spider monkey around a tree. Like I am such a snuggler.
Me too.
I will spoon the whole night. I just want to be cuddled. That's my dream date. Snuggled on the couch, eating whatever food, watching movies, and just being snuggled.
God, I love that. Okay, so for anyone listening, Amanza is letting you know about...
Single and ready to snuggle.
Yeah, single and ready to snuggle. We love the perfect date. You know, I love helping people manifest love. I've helped so many people manifest their soulmate. And
I love it.
I mean, from 24 hours meeting them to a...
Really?
Oh, yeah, girls. So I was in Vegas speaking an event. And one of my team members, who I'd never met in person until this event, so she'd worked for me for a year before, and she was with me. I won't say her name, but she'll be listening like, that's me. And she was with me, and she was like, can I come on, like, can you help me how to, like, manifest love? Can you show me what to do? I was like, hop in the car with me. We're going to a studio, right? So we're going to the Wynn. We're going to go and shoot at the Wynn. And as she jumps in the car with me, we start talking about love. And I'm like, what do you want? And I crack down and like, tell me exactly what you want. And I teach her the method. I'm like, this is what I did to meet my husband. I met him in 3 weeks, and we got married in 3 months.
Wait, hold on. You'd never met him.
No.
You just decided what you wanted. You started manifesting it. 3 weeks later, you met exactly what you were looking for.
Exactly to a point.
Watch out. I'm about to get married. I want to have a baby.
Babes, I can't wait for your love story.
I have to do it fast because these eggs are not getting any younger. And I might only have like 1 or 2 left. You never know. I got to get it.
Gonna get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it.
Gotta get
Babes,
it.
I believe in you. This is a right now thing. So I sit in the car with her and I tell her. Anyway, I tell her the exact method that I did. 24 hours later, we're back at the venue where I'm speaking. And everybody around us witnessed the moment where she caught eyes with the guy. Freeze frame. Boom. Everyone's like, oh my God. We watched them not leave each other. I left the event the next day. She stayed for 3 days more with him
I have
in
goosebumps.
Vegas.
You can't tell. There's goosebumps.
Girl, they've been visiting each other back and forth from the 2 countries there. And she's, not in America and he's in America. And it's amazing.
Oh
and
my
gosh.
gosh.
For about this whole time. I don't know how long it's been. Probably been a year now. So the point is.
I'm riding in the car with you on the way to the next venue, wherever we're going
after
this.
We're going after this.
Find my husband.
So when it comes to love, you just open your heart and you're like, I am ready. And then once you actually commit, see, I didn't know I was ready. That's a really funny thing. I thought I was ready and I was like, I want love. I really want to meet my soulmate. But are you actually ready, Natasha?
Yeah.
I don't think I was till now.
I don't think I was till now, to be honest. And I just got out of a relationship of almost 3 years.
Wow.
And I thought I'm going to marry this man. It was like the best. He's such a kind human and all the things. And it didn't work out. And when I knew it wasn't going to work out, it ended quickly. And it was like, whoa. And it was kind of easy to get over because I just knew it wasn't right.
Yes.
And then I thought back, and this has only been a few months back, but I was like, I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready. I wasn't ready. I hadn't told my story.
Yeah.
I hadn't started embarking on these things that now I'm embarking on. I think that's really important. I hadn't like truly looked myself in the mirror and gave myself a good pat on the back and said, I'm so proud of like where you are right now from where you've come.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. But it only took me a few months to get ready. And I feel that. Like I think I'm truly, truly ready now.
It's a beautiful
I said I think I'm truly ready now. Whoever's watching.
I love this moment, babes. That's it. You've done part 1.
Yeah.
I'm ready. You're putting it out to the universe and you're like, I'm ready. So now next steps is designing the perfect dream partner for you and then manifesting it. So you decide, I want him to be this. And now you don't stop there. Most people, they just say, oh, I'd love somebody who's like this, but I keep attracting douchebags. Why do you think you attract douchebags, honey? You're copying and pasting the same person, the same body, just in a different outfit. Why?
Yeah.
Because inside of the person, right, let's say me, I'm the douchebag.
Right.
But I'm projecting that everybody else around me is when I say, you're the problem, look at this, 1, 2, 3 fingers pointing back at me.
Back at you.
So we have to become the person we want to attract.
Yes. I literally just had a very similar conversation with a friend a couple days ago, and he said the same thing. He's happily married.
Yep.
he's much like you. He gets on stages and he speaks and people listen, and he's amazing.
Love it.
And he said he made a list of 65 things. And this was like 3 years before he met his wife. 65 things. But then what he started to realize was that like he wasn't even those things that he was trying to attract. And within like writing it down, he became all of the things that he wanted in his partner. And then as soon as he had like solidified that, boom, married. A beautiful couple. Like talk about like goals. They have an amazing daughter. Like, and I was like, that is so cool. And I see that because I had a love list at one point. And then I would have to revise it. I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't add. I need to be a little more specific.
Yes.
Like, I didn't put not a cheater. Let me add that to the next one. Like, there were so many things. And I'm realizing that when I said I didn't know I wasn't ready. There were certain things that I wasn't providing either, but I was asking for.
Interesting.
But now, baby, I'm a catch. Like,
yeah,
I'm a
girl.
catch.
Yes, you've become her.
I've become the person. Like, why? And it feels douchey even saying, but like, why wouldn't you want to marry me? I'm amazing.
Yes, amazing Amanza. There we go. And that's true because you want kind, you want loyal.
I want kind, I want loyal, I want snuggler. I want somebody who's going to love kids as much as I love kids.
And you are that.
And all of that. A hard worker, somebody who isn't just, for show. I want somebody who also wants to inspire and motivate and like and somebody who's going to appreciate that I bust my ass. Yes. Not be intimidated by the fact that like I'm a hard worker.
Yeah,
so a lot of guys that's a weird place for guys sometimes.
You know what? This is an interesting topic. Let's unpack that a bit because this is a big thing. So many people, right, you're watching now and you're like, well, I intimidate every guy I'm with, or like, maybe you're the opposite and you're what I call a dot. Okay, you don't want to be a fucking dot. A dot is an NPC, honey. That's a non-playable character. That means that you are not on the map. So you are a dot who is not doing anything in their life where anybody would be attracted to. You're doing something, you're probably gossiping with your friends all the time, and you don't actually do anything that provides value in the world. And you don't do anything that would attract good people to you. And so you attract people who just use dots. And dots are good looking. They're good looking guys, gals, whatever you are. And they're just like, oh yeah, I want to get into bed with that. For one night, those are dots. And then you're like, he married a dot? Why would he marry a dot? Now that's rare. If you want a good catch, you want an Amanza, you want a Natasha, you want somebody who is on their shit, right? Mary Fitzgerald, you're a best friend of 20 years, my new close friend. Like, if you want a good catch, and Mary's been on the show, that's why I mentioned her, you guys, because you know who we're talking about. You want an empowered partner? Be empowered first. You have to be empowered to attract empowered to you, right? So let's unpack the idea of how do you not intimidate when you know you are to certain men? Is that the right man?
Not the right man. That's the thing. If somebody is intimidated by you, it's not the right man. Simple, right? I mean, it sounds very simple.
Yes.
But some guys are very good at not pretending like they're not intimidated, and it takes a minute to realize that they actually are. Yeah. And they may never admit it, but you realize it at some point, and it's like, okay, you don't have to admit it. Yes. It didn't work out, and I know why.
When you come across somebody who's intimidated by your fame, your aspirations, your success, you're like, no.
I'm fresh into the dating world, so I don't know that I've even had that experience yet. I've been single for like a hot second.
Nice.
What is it, like 5 months? And I haven't gone on a ton of dates, enough to know that I didn't find Mr. Right yet.
Oh, da, da, da. Oh my God. I love love. It's my favorite topic. It's like, I was worried when I met my husband. I was like, what if I intimidate him? Same feeling, right? I was like, what if I intimidate him? What if I meet him and he's like every other guy that I've been kind of dating, where it's like, oh, fuck, another one that just pretends they love your success, your drive, big, that's exactly the word. And then they run because they're intimidated by it, but they'd rather have a dot who's going to be passive, submissive, and quiet.
Right. It's you're amazing. Therefore, and I've never met your husband, but like, of course you're going to have an amazing man. It's going to take a very strong, amazing man to be able to handle all of this. Not because I'm like a hot mess, but because, guys don't know that they want to be hunters. They want to be providers. But But then they also don't want somebody, you know, for the most part, that's just going to be a dot that's not doing shit for themselves or anybody else. Yeah. But then when they get too much, it's like, oh, like you can be successful, but like not more successful. You know, it's a weird place for guys. I'm assuming. I'm just gathering information.
No, it totally.
But
you're right.
So yeah, it's going to take the right person. But when that happens, it will be nothing but amazing because, well, one has taken 46 years.
So where the fuck you know what, girl? I like to say, your prince is coming to you. He just got lost along the way.
More perfect match because I get lost everywhere I go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll be like, sorry, it took so long. I went out the door and went the wrong way. I'll be like, me too.
I love that. So romantic. You know what?
We're both just like meandering around the world right now. Like,
you know, I want to go on a mission with you. I'm going to help you to catch, keep, and marry the man of your dreams.
I will accept that.
Let's
I'm
do
on
it.
a mission. Let's do it. Yes.
Oh my God, so fun. Okay, we're going to try and do it in really speed record lightning timing. We'll see. And then we'll have her back on and see if it happened later this year.
Okay, so listen, if this happens and you help me manifest my Mr. Right, my husband, can you officiate the wedding?
Girl, I would be honored. Fuck yes.
That would be the hottest wedding
ever.
Are you kidding me? Nobody, wait, I don't know. It's my day. They might
Girl,
be too
I'm
focused
wearing
on
black.
how hot the
I'm wearing black. The day is your gig. I want to hide. This is your. I can see
amazing.
it. I can see you in the most sensational dress. You see, I'm already envisioning it for you. I can actually see you get. I think you're gonna get married this year.
Really?
Yeah, or at least you're gonna be getting engaged this year. And if you wanted to do it fast, I can see the dress, and it's like the most amazing dress on your body, and the trail, and the guy next to you.
Do you know that I already have, because I've been married?
Yeah.
Right, and I had an amazing dress.
Yeah.
So to me, like, it doesn't have to be white. In my head, the next time I get married, I want to wear like a crimson red. Dress, either for the ceremony, or I haven't thought about this at all, you guys.
With red nails.
Every day. Or at the like after party, or what's called the reception.
Yeah.
But I do know, there was one, Hailey Bieber had this beautiful train or veil.
Yes, she did.
And it was
in white.
off-white, and it was embroidered at the bottom. And it said like, I do, or I said yes, or something like that. And I want mine, I've literally thought about this before today, to say I manifested this.
Babe, that's...
How cute would that be?
Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I can see it. I can literally feel your wedding coming. Everyone's like, oh my God. And yet you can follow her handles below so you can watch her love story unfold if it happens. Gosh. And so I'm going to put her Instagram handles below so you guys can like dive in and be like, I know everyone watching right now and listening is like...
I'm going to get proposed to in my DMs.
Whoa, can you imagine? That would be so good. I love. Like, it's such a fun topic, right? Awesome. Like, make it happen for people, just because love is a thing where, I mean, what do you, like, love for you? What is love to you?
Ooh, we're getting deep. Yeah. What is love to Austin? Wow. That's a great question.
It's hard to answer.
It is a hard, it's a hard question.
It's not tangible.
No, right? And it's very based off of perspective.
Yes, and feeling.
And feeling. And I have learned about myself that I do not have much forgiveness. And so I think that plays a lot on what love means to me.
Wow.
But I think it comes down, it's a mixture of loyalty and value. Right, and value meaning different things, you know, as I've spoke, but loyalty and value, what I think comes to that, my perception of what love is.
Wow, really interesting. I love asking people what love is, because some people never felt it, some people have felt too much of it, some people have been like,
I think there's levels to love, right? And I'm not an expert at all of this, so this is me just shooting from the hip here. But there's things that I think that I truly love, like my self-love, right? Whereas like it's impenetrable, like it is me, it is my drive, it is my passion, it is my fulfillment in life, right? My deep love. And that resides around me continuing to push myself and expand myself and add value to my own life that overflows into others. That is like my true love that pushes me, where I feel like my life is actually worth something. That's like my true love for myself.
So beautiful.
And then when it comes to other people, it's a lot more difficult, which it should be, because you don't want to just be handing that out to other people. But like I said, for other people to come into my life, it comes into the value that they're able to bring to my life, not just like, oh, you can help me scale my business, but more so maybe you can help me stay on track. You can help me feel grounded, right? Things like that.
100%.
The loyalty within that over time continues to build that love, right? And so, I mean, there's levels. It's not necessarily like level 1, level 2, but it's more so scaling, right? It's where it's like over time it continues to build. It's like a snowball.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Like, love is something you don't want to give away easy, but at the same time, in order to receive love in your life, you have to clear everything from your past. You have to like let go of what's happened, and forgiveness, I know you're saying, is a thing for you. Can I send you a forgiveness meditation?
What is forgiveness to you?
Forgiveness.
And then where do you draw the line, whether you should forgive someone or move on?
That's amazing. So here's the truth. Forgiveness is nothing to do with the other person. Forgiveness is so that you can let go of that burden you've been carrying for something that person or that event or public figure did to you, that you finally decide to just take off, put on the side of the road, and move on from. It doesn't mean that person ever needs to know you've forgiven them. It is simply about you letting go. That is forgiveness.
Well, then, if you put it in that term, I forgive a lot of people, but they're just not in my life anymore.
There we go. They're not.
Yeah, right.
Same. Like,
Right.
I see it like it will mean me forgiving you. In my mind, you will never know. You may never, ever even realize or feel it, but I will know. And you may never see me again. You may never hear from me again. In fact, all of the above, but I am free of you.
Right. And I think that's powerful too, how you're saying it, because I've realized that with going to my foundation, I wanted to start a mentorship. And the reason I'm saying that is I was told by my mentors is like, you can put all the resources in front of somebody, but if they don't have the potential, the drive, the want to, the will, then it's not going to help them change. And so it's like, it taught me that you can't force somebody to change, even though you're trying to set them up for what you think is success or some type of path, right? And that comes back to the forgiveness, where it's like, I've basically taken that into my forgiveness world, where it's like, if there's no value, if there's no loyalty there, like going back to that love, then it's like, I have to move on from you. But not because I don't like you as a person, but just because I don't want to have to feel like I'm changing you, or I can't change you, right? 100%. You are who you are, and it just doesn't align with what we're trying to do or 100%. Anything, and where my life's trying to go.
You just said something really interesting. You said like a partner for you, or like someone who you give that love to, they have to be adding value in your life. I couldn't agree more. I love the idea. It doesn't mean that they, again, have to do like certain things to help me scale. It means how are we moving forwards? Like how does this benefit the world? How are we a power couple that is genuinely doing more for humanity? How are we putting our forces and our talents together rather than you doing your thing and me sitting in the background just like watching? That's,
and then,
you know?
Just speaking on that, because if you think of that from too far of an outside view, you think like, oh, I need to go be this power couple. But you can, to be that power couple, you need to make sure your home life is a powerhouse first, right? And so that will be a result. What you're talking about will be a result if you have your home life, right? You feel like you're comfortable, you're open with this person, you can relate, you can talk about anything, you can talk about the struggles and work through them, right? That's going to be what gives you that result of being that power couple, being able to change the world, things like that. But that's where that value has to start with me, right? And everyone in our love life, as far as like intimate and things like that, where it's like, hey, at home, how are we together, right? And if that's good, that's solid, now we can go to the next step and like let's keep taking it, and it keeps growing. That's like snowball I was talking about, right? And the further that snowball gets down, the more power, the more chemistry you have, the more you're doing, it starts to overflow into other people, right?
100%.
But you got to get it going first.
Yeah, you
get it going,
step by step by step. I always say to people, don't try today and literally overnight become the person you want to be in 5 years.
No, you can't. It's possible.
Impossible. 1% each day.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
1% better each day. What can you do today that is going to benefit your life for the future?
Right, and I'll speak on that just for an example from my life. And that's when I really started to become self-aware and start to realize what I thought value was, and started to realize that it didn't always take money. It just took effort towards like the things we talked about, like communication, right? And so what I've started to do is build structure around the things that I think are valuable in my life. For example, the communities.
Yes.
Right? I think that's so important in my life, right? And like people that were supporting me. And so I wanted to build something around that. At first, it was a Twitch stream.
I heard. So
I
that
started,
was your...
that was my first time. I was like, okay, there's value here. I want to communicate to these people, so I can work on my communication, and I can also give these people access to me at the same time. So I was working, there's multiple values I was getting at it, but I built something around it to hold myself accountable, right? So I was like, hey, I'm gonna start streaming, I'm gonna set my schedule, I'm gonna go here, and guess what? I'm gonna be talking, right? So I'm working on my communication. I'm also gonna be interacting with my fans and my community and growing it that way. And so as far as just kind of something that you could do out there, right, where it's like build some type of structure, right, where if you want to communicate better, right, like you said, reach out to people, right?
Yes.
And this could be written form, right? It could be, hey, you're just calling a realtor just to pick their brain about something. It could be, right, Natasha, if you want to learn about love, you want to learn about empowering yourself, right? Reaching out to you on experience through your video chat that you're going to have up.
Yes.
There we go. Perfect plug.
Boom.
You know?
I love that.
It's just going.